Good evening, everyone. I'm Aybüke.
I am Suat.
As you can see on the screen, our topic today is how to develop self-discipline. Basically, we've divided this presentation into 6 parts.
In the first part, I am going to talk about what is self-discipline and how to develop self-discipline shortly. Then in the second and third parts, I will show us how to choose a goal and how to find your motivations.
After that, I would like to move on to the next part of our presentation, identify obstacles. Next, I'll focus on replace old habits. In the final part of our presentation today, monitor your progress.
So first, I'm going to start with what is self-discipline. Self-discipline is the ability to push yourself forward, stay motivated, and take action, regardless of how you're feeling physically or emotionally. You're showing it in spite of factors such as distractions or hard work or unfavorable odds. For instance, it's what pushes you to the high quality work, even when you don't feel like it. Also, self-discipline is like a muscle. The more you work on developing and using it, the stronger it will become. However, it's important not to start out with goals that are too ambitious. Instead, set small goals and increase the level of challenge slowly over time. The more you practice, the better you will become. That's all I want to say for self-discipline. Now let's move on how to develop self-discipline within 5 parts. The first part of how to develop self-discipline is choosing a goal. Begin with choosing one goal. For instance, to start exercising every evening or read one leadership book a week to enhance your skills. Remember, starting small is the best way to start developing your self-discipline. Briefly, make sure that the goal that you choose is achievable. Let's move to the next part, that is finding motivation. Once you have chosen a goal, list the reasons why you want to achieve it. Try to express these reasons in a positive way. Instead of saying, I want to exercise 3 times a week to lose weight, say, I want to exercise so that I have the energy to do work successfully. Shortly, when you list the reasons why you want to achieve something, you will find it much easier to get job done.
And the third part of how to develop self-discipline is identify obstacles. Once we have found your motivation, the next thing we need to do is identify the obstacles. When we don't identify obstacles, we are unprepared to deal with them and our self-discipline collapses. Our determination shakes, therefore this step should not be skipped. The next step is to replace old habits. When developing self-discipline, we often try to replace a bad habit with something more productive. But if this habit is tied to a routine at a certain time of the day, it can be difficult to break it. If we do not replace bad habits with good habits, the absence of the bad habits will be felt more. Our last part is to monitor our progress. Seeing your improvement while working on your self-discipline will motivate you more. You will happier, more proud, more confident, more energetic. Also consider keeping a diary so you can track your progress in a more controlled way. It provides a log. Uh, it provides a log that you can look back on to see your progress. Over time, your self-discipline will be strengthened by these steps, and you will be able to apply it in many other areas of your life.
And now I want to share some quotes by famous people. As you know, we need to self-discipline to be successful, and most of the famous people are self-disciplined already. So let's start with Albert's quote. Self-discipline is the ability to make yourself do what you should do when you should do it, whether you feel like it or not. And now let's move to the Dwayne Johnson's quote, who is a very successful person whose personality I admire. All successes begin with self-discipline. It starts with you. And the final person that is old American president, Theodore Roosevelt's quote is, with self-discipline, most anything is possible. As you can see in the quotes, most famous people have a self-discipline that they put in a place. And thanks to this, they are able to come to such great positions in life. In conclusion, we have discovered, we have covered the points that we needed to present. We have focused on what is self-discipline and 5 points to how to develop self-discipline. 5 of the 5 points are connected, and if you skip any of them, you won't achieve self-discipline properly. And actually, that's the end of the presentation. If you have any questions, you can specify them in the comments, or you can discuss it in the comments. Thanks for watching and listening.